For 91-year-old Emmett Evans, sitting on his front porch on North Ashley Street, enjoying the wildlife, is the perfect way to spend an afternoon.
He likes to come outside, feed the birds, and sit and watch them.
But on Tuesday afternoon, Evans' typical routine was interrupted when he got a knock at his front door.
I don't know why they come here. In a little old house like this, they ain't got no money.
Tampa police say that's exactly what they wanted, though. 2 men, 1 woman, all 3 Hispanic. With a routine, police believe they've been pulling on unsuspecting seniors all around the Tampa area.
They give them some kind of ruse to get inside the house, and once inside the house, they forcibly take them, hold them against their will, ransack the home, grab whatever valuables they can.
Finding only $3 in Evans' wallet, the group pulled his phone from the wall and left empty-handed. Police think they're responsible for 4 other home invasions committed in Tampa and Hillsborough County against seniors over the past 2 weeks.
I ain't seen anybody get out and try to do something like that. As able as they was, they could work and make a pretty good salary. But no, they want to do it and get it easy.
Scary. Makes you nervous. Makes you angry that people do this to elderly people.
Evans' daughter says her family now has a plan in place to prevent a similar situation from happening again, so that her father can enjoy sitting on his front porch in peace. In Tampa, Dawn Pellis, W.B.38 News at 10.
Just after 1, the driver of a large mechanic's truck turned in front of a white Ford pickup, trying to cross the northbound lane of State Route 33 onto Combie Road. He didn't make it. The pickup with 1 woman and 2 young girls inside crashed head-on into the side of the much bigger truck.
She just flipped over that truck and, it's just sad.
Former volunteer firefighter Norman Briggs also saw the crash and ran to help. He saw the woman on the ground before being told about 2 kids still inside.
So I ran around to the passenger side, ripped the door open, and the oldest one fell out into my lap, and I noticed she wasn't breathing, so I quickly pulled her out of the truck to try to start CPR.
But there was nothing he could do. Both children were dead.
It hits home because I've got 2 little girls myself, around the same ages. It hasn't sunk in yet, but by the time I get home and everything, it will sink in once I see my girls.
The driver of the bigger truck, John Mitchell of Lakeland, walked away from the crash. The Lakeland Police Department says it's still too early to speculate on charges.
Somebody will be charged. It's just going to take a while to see what happened here.
Flowers on the opposite shoulder and a sign help remember another deadly accident at the same intersection. Work was set to begin today to reconfigure this intersection for a new subdivision going across the street. They've even plotted it out with orange posts here. The work was also going to add a new stoplight to make this intersection safer. The changes didn't come soon enough to prevent today's tragedy. But one witness says a simple action may have.
The seats in the back of that, had they been back of that and buckled in, they would have walked away from that wreck.
Briggs says the kids were riding in the front of the truck without any restraint, and seatbelts could have saved 2 young lives. In Lakeland, Steve Gelbach, WB.38 News at 10.
Shannon Goebel of Dade City considers herself a safe driver, but a recent ticket has her watching her driving habits, not to mention her wallet.
My license were going to be suspended if I didn't pay it.
In August, Goebel received a ticket for running a red light in Hillsborough County.
I got it in August. Attempted to pay it in September. Couldn't do it because it didn't exist.
After weeks of trying to convince the clerk's office the ticket did exist, she got another surprise.
The fine had increased.
In October 2005, the fine for running a red light in Florida increased from $60 to $125. Goebel's ticket was issued before the change, but not processed until afterwards. As a result, she paid a higher fine along with about 700 others. Most have been reimbursed, but now thousands who paid extra due to law changes in the past are crying foul.
According to the clerk of the circuit court, while it may seem like they're refunding only a select few, it actually boils down to a change in policy.
Hillsborough County Clerk of the Circuit Court, Pat Frank, says in the past, traffic violators were required to pay fines based on the date they paid off the ticket. Since she's been in office, she's changed the pay rate to reflect the date the violations were committed.
We can't go back and give refunds because we don't have the resources.
But for victims like Goebel, she feels more needs to be done.
How about just doing the right thing and treating people the right way?
In Hillsborough County, Summer Smith, WB38 News at 10.
When it snows, most Piedmont folks find themselves stocking up, or shoveling out, or even stuck in a ditch.
And the snow keeps people in their homes for days. What's up with that? Let's find some fun.
And in order to have some fun, you gotta find some snow. Yes, indeed, and there's a lot of snow around here, so what you do is you stand with your legs a little bit apart and you take the plunge. We're making snow angels! You know, it is kind of cold.
And you know, it's a little messy too.
You can even make a giant snowman. You can make a snowman, and you can crush the snowman. And then there's snow football. Hello, everyone. We're at Cash Elementary School in Kernersville, where John Stalen is about to take the field in Snow Bowl 96. Stalen checking out the defense, under center now. Calls an audible. Stalen back to pass. He's looking, waving the man on. Lets it go. It could be. I think it is. He's open, and he's...
Where's the ball? Where's the...
Touchdown.
It's been great. It's the earliest we've started since 1984. We started on November 17th, and we've been going strong ever since. In our eyes, we never get enough natural stuff. This year, we're getting plenty of it.
It's been great. If we could have a season like this every year, I could retire in a couple of years. Oh, don't tell my boss I said that. With Mom, she got the SL 193.
I love waiting in line. It gives you time to, think, watch everybody else ski. 'Cause I don't really come here to ski. I just come here to stay in line.
Don't stand up till you get on the snow, please.
Soft snow, natural snow will cover up the ice. Essentially, we have all packed powder, which is soft snow over all the slopes right now, very little ice. Okay. So very enjoyable skiing for everyone.
Hey, how you doing?
If this keeps up, we'll be busy.
Right now we have every slope except one open, and we're making snow on it, so it should be open in another day or two.
Oh, everybody's happy. Everybody's got smiles on their faces, from the businesses here to all of us locals here. It's a white Christmas. It's been white since early November, so we've had a great season so far.
If you go up about 30 more foot, you're liable to blow off of here.
This crane will pick up 17,600 pounds.
It's a pretty good breeze out there today.
And the crosswind is what kills you. Everything else you can kind of deal with.
Come on down. Come on down. Come on down off the there, Bobby. Hold that.
It's a real satisfying feeling, to know you had a big part in, building a high-rise job like that.
Swinging away, baby.
10-4, buddy. I'm heading your way. Toward the end of the job, yeah, you do tend to have some time in between picks. But in the middle of the job, it's just nonstop. Whenever we're coming up with structured, they start screaming at you the first thing in the morning, and you about have to beg to come out of the crane.
They blocked off that one lane on 40 last week or week before last. I bet I saw 5 wrecks where people were coming down off Cherry Street exit. Kind of chilly for August, isn't it? It's too windy to fly the panels. It's pretty unusual. It gives you a different perspective.
There we go.
The basement is her workshop, and it's here where Candace King does her best work. With a little patience, skill, and a lot of hot air, she transforms glass tubes like this into neon signs. She's a glass blower.
When you blow, what you're doing is maintaining the diameter and the wall thickness of the tubing.
Candace is partially disabled and works for herself in a studio designed for her. She spends long hours creating here, relaxing and shaping glass into works of art.
It is the most incredible thing I have ever done. I think the first time I ever put my hands on a piece of glass, I knew that I was going to be doing this the rest of my life.
I wanted to see if glass blowing was for me, and after about 2 minutes, I found out I better not give up my day job.
Uh-oh.
I think I cut my lip already. Yeah,
well, we've got the blood. Let's wait for the sweat and the tears.
You know, Candace is the only one laughing here, and that's because she's doing what makes her happy. And isn't that what life's about?
It's like breathing to me, or like, you know, Maya Angelou's Why Does the Cage Bird Sing? Because it must, and that's kind of the way I feel about glass.
John Stalen, ABC 45 News.
We're not going to We're going to leave out of here. The B-29 will go out in the #1 spot. We're going to be in the #2 spot. The B-25 is going to go in trail.
Fuel tank valves are on these.
Man.
Hey, mags are hot.
This is the only remaining B-29 flying in nearly 4,000 planes that were produced.
25 is on your left side, sir. 529 Bravo, Flight 3 cleared for takeoff. We're ready to go.
It's a very manual airplane, very heavy on the controls. It has no powered flight controls.
Keep your eye on it, Bob. You got the yoke. Looking good, Harold.
It's especially for our younger generations. We must emphasize to them the importance of these airplanes in history, the men who fought and died in these airplanes, and the sacrifices they made for us to have the liberties that we have today. And unfortunately, it's not being taught in our history classes anymore.
Okay, what we'd like to do is see Victor to the southwest of the airport. They want us to do a flyby. All right. Landing checklist is complete. You're ready to land. Okay.
It's the best airplane I ever flew. Nostalgia. I cringe. I want to get back in there so damn bad. Because